My name is Anna Louise Richardson and I'm an artist and independent curator.
My name's Abdul Rahman Abdullah and I'm a visual artist, and every now and then I'm a co-curator on different projects.
Recently Abdul Rahman and I co-curated a project called Dead Centre. It's the first time that we have worked together as curators, and it was a group exhibition looking at marginalised identities and different ways of presenting cultural perspectives from Australian artists.
The title of the project is taken from a Kendrick Lamar lyric that we felt really summarises that idea of flipping what's considered marginal. And the quote goes, I'm not on the outside looking in. I'm not on the inside looking out. I'm in the dead fucking centre looking around.
The exhibition came about in 2016, was the start of the project, and I was invited to work with Spectrum Project Space, which is at Edith Cowan University, to present a show. And I had a lot of chats with Abdul Rahman, and we actually came back to them and said we'd really like to present a show together.
Just in the discussions we were having and the artists we were looking at, I felt that in this case I could really contribute from a curatorial perspective.
Dead Centre looks at first-hand experiences from different communities, so LGBTQI, from Malay, Muslim, Indigenous communities, from Persian, from Thai, from Greek. We approached artists who have very broad backgrounds, and we wanted to bring their different perspectives together and then present them to an audience, and hopefully now to new audiences as well in regional Western Australia.
We developed the project as a one-off group exhibition for Spectrum Project Space, and after that we proposed it to Out on the Move to be part of their touring program for 2018 to 2020.
I'm Executive Director of Art on the Move, and our role is to tour art exhibitions that represent Western Australian artists across Western Australia and beyond. And we also have a host of professional development programs and learning and community engagement programs that help to inform and speak to the exhibitions in new and exciting ways that facilitate audiences' engagement with art, and also those professionals who want to learn more about how to interact with art, all the way from how to hang works into a gallery space to developing their own public programs. It's all encompassing, so that's basically what we do.
One of the things that has been really fantastic with working with Art on the Move is that we can access their expertise and their skills in marketing. Marketing can be really tricky as an independent practitioner, and so if you partner with organisations or galleries, you can tap into their network and their resources.
That partnership with Out on the Move was instrumental in being able to take it to new audiences. Their project was expanded considerably to make it to be able to tour it across a variety of different exhibition spaces. And a big part of that expansion was adding a really comprehensive public program and educational package to go along with it, as well as museum-grade crating, freighting, art handling and installation, and all their marketing and promo.
Art on the Move is really great with the logistics and the networking and how to expand and contract a project to suit different spaces. But one of the things that was really fantastic is their education package. It taught us a lot about how the exhibition could be viewed and how it fits into the curriculum in Western Australia, and different ways to kind of break down the themes in the exhibition. From a curatorial perspective, that was fantastic to learn about how you can present different ideas to different audiences very specifically.
Part of the reason why Out on the Move did select it as well, because of how it can be toured, just the nature of the show. Framed works, video works, they can be, especially the video works, can be expanded or contracted, depending on the space and the equipment available. It's fairly a practical show to tour in that sense. There's a reality that's implicit in a photographic or video image that is just not achievable in the same way through, say, painting, sculpture, or in other ways. Today, we're trained up as human beings to accept that imagery as evidence of reality, and these artists all exploit that familiarity audiences have with fashion photography or with social media, with the idea of the selfie and portraiture. All of that comes through in this project. A lot of their works are self-portraits, and self-portraiture in one sense, but at the same time, while they're centering themselves, they're discussing their communities and their different cultural backgrounds and their different dual cultures and diasporic ideas, and letting themselves tell that story for others as well.
We were delighted to secure the tour of this exhibition because it represents the diaspora of living in Australia overall, not just Western Australia. And it's an opportunity for people to understand what it is to come from a different background, a different cultural experience.
One of the main things that I want to achieve as a curator, and Abdul Rahman and I share this when we do work together, is that we want to create spaces for different conversations to happen, and that's one of the things that you can do as a curator, is to find opportunities and find spaces to bring different artists together and create a conversation with their work, and then create a space where people can come and participate in that and see the show, and they might hopefully have some resonance with the works in the exhibition, which was one of our main goals with Dead Centre.
When you say regional Western Australia, that covers a vast amount of territory, and being able to take these artists and these particular artists who are, in our opinions, really working at the fore of contemporary art in Australia, and be able to take them to regional audiences was really important for us. And a lot of the content, the ideas and issues being discussed by these artists are really relevant and resonate really strongly in some of these spaces.
Each exhibition creates a different conversation depending on the space. This exhibition is quite hard-hitting. There are some images in there that have challenged audiences. We were aware of that, so the programming that we've put together around this really facilitates that conversation to enable people to become more connected with the work and understand the deeper issues that sit behind the images that you're confronted with in the exhibition.
From audience feedback and outside perspectives, they see a lot of this content as challenging and dangerous ideas and risky. But from within that, these different perspectives of cultural identity, they're authentic, they're genuine, they're real. There's no risk. In some ways, to me, the biggest risk is revealing biases within the audience and revealing bigotry from that side of it. That's the risk. The work in itself, there's no risk. I'm so keen to let people see this sort of work.
Sometimes not all of us have the incredible ability to articulate ourselves in a particular way. So what art does is actually break down that barrier, and it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, what your level of education is. The work will speak to you because of your experiences and your background. So actually, it's one of the most accessible ways of engaging audiences to explore issues that they can either relate to or are wanting to understand a little bit more because maybe there are some issues that they don't have their heads wrapped around. The works are in a space for around about a month, and if there's a work that really challenges you, you can keep coming back and having a look at it and just thinking about it from your perspective, and you don't have to share your views with other people. What's really important is it can be a personal experience just between you and the artwork. And that's why artists and curators are important in the world, well, throughout history, to help us explore those worlds, the world views in different ways and from different perspectives, and it breaks down barriers because you don't have that language that can often be intimidating for many people.
Finding people to connect and finding different people through networks isn't a challenge, but it can take a bit of thought to find people who are really going to resonate with each other and with the project.
Be ambitious, look outside of Perth, spread the net far and wide. You know, Australia is so much bigger than just your immediate peer group. Yeah, that's what I would always recommend to artists and curators, is just to look for the artists you want and bring them in. They will say yes.
What I observe from their working together is really, well, there's a harmony there.
In terms of curating a project together, it feels like an extension of the life we lead anyway. It's almost taking our conversations and packaging that in a professional, cultural environment.
Talking about different cultural perspectives, it really worked for Abdul Rahman and I to work together because we have different cultural perspectives, and he can speak from a different position than what I can, and different experiences, and I think that really helped for putting the show together, and also talking with the artists because we have different experiences that they might relate to as well.
When they both speak, it's like they're speaking to me, It's like they're speaking to, you know, the person on the street who might never have seen an artwork. It's a talent. Not all artists can do that. Not everybody can do that. And I think what they bring to the table is a humbleness and a humanity that really expresses really what the exhibition is about. And so who they are is what you see in the work, and the way they've curated the work is who they are, and that's what's really quite incredible about this exhibition, Dead Centre.